be here. Excuse me, guys. South Carolina Code of Regulations, Chapter 103, Article 2, Motor Vehicle Carriers. And this is by the Office of Regulatory Staff, Transportation Department, 1401 Main Street. Hey, Columbia, South Carolina. Whoop, whoop. Hey, go ahead. I don't want to say Gamecocks or or the Tigers. I might get blocked from you guys. You guys are really, really, really passionate about football, and I've been getting more passionate about it recently too. So, okay, so this gives us, I'm not going to go over every single aspect. I'm going to hit some of the main points. These are sub-articles. It gives you information on what the definitions that you will see through the application, like here clearly you see certificate of carrier. And a certificated carrier means a motor carrier operating under a certificate of PCNN, a certificate of FWA, or a charter bus certificate. So these are your definitions. This one right here, number 6, is the one that we are most concerned with. This is a Class C charter or a Class C taxi, and Class C charter certificate is a Class C certificate required to be held by service providers engaged in passenger for hire transportation using any motor vehicle equipped to carry up to 15 passengers and accepting passengers exclusively on a pre-arranged basis, in which remuneration that's reimbursement, guys. Remuneration is determined on an hourly basis. So basically what that is saying is that if you carry up to 15 passengers, or if you intend to transport at least up to 15 passengers on a prearranged basis where you're exchanging cash for service, a fee for hire, then you must have a Class C charter. Then you also have here a Class C taxi certificate. Now, Class C taxi certificate is a Class C certificate required to be held by service providers engaged in passenger for hire transportation using any motor vehicle equipped to carry up to 15 passengers, whether or not equipped to handle wheelchairs, which operates on call or demand response service, whereby remuneration is determined on a per trip basis. The issuance of a taxi certificate signifies that the motor carrier has met all the requirements of the Commission and all of the safety requirements of the Department of Public Safety. A Class C taxi certificate shall be denominated Class C taxi. All right, so we're learning a lot there. We have the Class C charter and we have the Class C taxi certificate. Basically, in a nutshell, a Class C charter gives you the ability to operate your wheelchair vans. It gives you the opportunity to operate your stretcher vehicles and your ambulance, non-emergency ambulances, whereas the Class C taxi certificate is more geared towards ambulatory patients, so that if you are just working for a TNC, a transportation network company such as Uber or Lyft, that we have different definitions still, again, where the driver and what that means. So I encourage you guys to read that. Number 20 is specifically for us. It tells us the non-emergency vehicle means a vehicle that is used for providing for a fee or charge. Non-emergency transportation for patients in stable medical condition. Non-emergency vehicles include wheelchair van, but not taxi cabs. Non-emergency vehicles shall not include vehicles owned by facilities that provide such transportation as described above without charging a separate fee for the transportation services. So a lot of times we have here in South Carolina assisted living facilities that offer their patients transportation back and forth to dialysis or to the store, to the pharmacy, things like that. they're not charging them an additional fee. So they're not considered a non-emergency vehicle. It's more just transportation for that patient. All right. So again, we have wheelchair van patient, wheelchair van equipped to carry. Guys, I mean, they break it all down to let you know exactly what it is. Now, it talks about the Class A motor carrier certification, the Class B motor carrier, and then the Class C. This is what we are worried about. And so in South Carolina, guys, we'll go to the application next. But in South Carolina, you're getting a certificate of public convenience and necessity when you apply with the ORS. So what that basically says is that the state is certifying that you are a needed provider of transportation on their roads, because as transportation providers, we are constantly on the road, and the transportation industry is a regulated industry. So we need that certification that says that our vehicles meet the standards of the road. Just like DOT, the Department of Transportation, the South Carolina Department of Transportation, they are responsible for overseeing truck drivers and trucking and trucks to make sure that they are in compliance with the road. The ORS is our regulatory body that ensures that we are in compliance with the road. So you have to get this Class C motor carrier certificate of public convenience and necessity before you do anything else. It's useless to point to apply for motive care or even try to get self-pay. It's useless to do any of that. You have to go through the ORS. So, all right, let's go down now. So it says a Class C motor carrier is a common carrier by motor vehicle of passengers generally known as taxi cabs, charter buses, charter limousine, and non-emergency vehicles, which does not operate over regular routes or upon regular schedules, and which does not in any way solicit or receive patronage outside of the radius of 2 miles of the corporate limits of the city in which it is licensed to do business, except upon such highways as are not served by a Class A or B motor carrier. A Class C motor carrier must obtain a certificate of PCNN from the ORS after approval by the Commission, except charter buses, which must obtain a charter bus certificate. A lot there. But basically, if you are an NEMT, you have to apply for your Class C motor carrier. All right, so it gives us some exemptions. So you guys can look over that. I'm not going to go into the exemptions, but here we go. It talks about the applications required. Any persons desiring to operate in the state as a motor carrier for hire first shall file an application for the type of certificate needed. Information on the application forms must be correctly completed before filing of such application will be accepted. All right, so we are going to go here. I'm going to pop out of here and I'm going to go start taking us to that application. How about that? All right, so here we go. Vehicle registration and application form 2023. Hey, we are almost over, guys. Don't forget to make sure you're liking and subscribing to this channel, please, to get this video up so that other entrepreneurs like yourselves know that we're here and that we're teaching, we're learning, we're understanding this industry. Hey. So anyway, let's go to vehicle registration form.